Welcome to Calculator Corner. In this episode, we're going to learn how to factor a quadratic using the TI-84 Plus. So first off, our polynomial quadratic to factor is x squared minus 32x plus 247. Because of the size of the numbers, this seems like a daunting task. Let me show you how to use the calculator to solve this problem. First, we're going to go to y equals. And notice that the 247 is the constant, and the lead coefficient is 1. That's from the 1x squared. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 247 and divide it by x for y1. For y2, I'm going to do 247 divided by x, and since the sign on the 247 is positive, we're going to do plus x. Press enter. Now what we're going to use the calculator for is to create a table of values, and we're going to search for 32, the coefficient of the x term. So let's go to table setup. You do that by clicking second table set. Make sure that the independent is set to auto, the dependent is set to auto. The table starts at 1, and delta table goes up by 1 as well. Once you have these settings, look at the table by doing second table. Table is above graph. And then here are the values. What we're looking for is the value of 32 in the column that says Y2. Scroll down until you find 32. And there it is. And the two numbers that this quadratic factors with are the two numbers that are on the left, 13 and 19. Therefore, this quadratic factors as x minus 13 times x minus 19. In order to factor 6x squared plus 13x minus 63, we're going to use a modified AC method. The A is the coefficient of the x squared value, in other words it's 6, and the C is the constant. Technically it's negative 63. For my demonstration we'll just use positive 63. The first thing you want to do with the calculator is compute the value of A times C. So 6 times 63 is equal to 378. Now we're going to take this value and do the same thing we did in the previous example. We're going to put that in y equals as 378 divided by x, and 378 divided by x, and this time, because the coefficient of the constant term, the 63, is negative, then we'll use minus x. Once you have those in the equation editor, do table set, second table set above window. We're going to start at x equals 1, and then make sure that the delta table is also 1. Once these settings are set up, then you can do second table. Now the calculator has created the x and the y1 values, and this time we're looking for 13 in the y2 values. We've told the calculator to go ahead and subtract those two values in order for us to reach 13. So let's look through the calculator until we find 13 in the y2 column. There it is. And that tells us that 13 needs to be separated out as 14 and 27. So what we do is we rewrite 6x squared plus 13x minus 63 as 6x squared plus 27x minus 14x minus 63. So here we're exchanging the 13x for what is equal to 13x. which is 27x minus 14x, and the 27 and the 14 came from the calculator table. Now we do a technique called factoring by grouping. We're going to group the first two terms, and we're going to group the last two terms. From 6x squared plus 27x, I can factor out 3x, and that leaves 2x plus 9. And then from negative 14x minus 63, I can factor out negative 7, and this leaves 2x plus 9. If you have factored this correctly, you should get this repeating term on both sides. In this case, 2x plus 9. The 2x plus 9 factors out, and it leaves me with what we had in the left position, 3x, and what we had in the right position, minus 7. So 6x squared plus 13x minus 63 factors as 3x minus 7 times 2x plus 9. Thanks for watching.